Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
So welcome back to our Architecture Review Series Practice Quiz, and this is now part 13 of our Building Utilities Quiz. So instructions before proceeding with the quiz, it is best to get a piece of paper muna, cut lengthwise, and then write down numbers 1 to 30 so that when you are ready, you can now start with the quiz, and for every question, write down the corresponding letter of your best choice or answer from the multiple choice. And you will be given 10 seconds to finalize your answer. At the end of the quiz, count the total number of your correct answers and check your score rating. So if you are now ready, good luck. So number 1. Do nails affect the sound absorption quality of plywood nailed to wood studs? A. Yes, depending on the size and spacing of the nails. B. No, since the nails are too small to be a factor. C. Yes, depending on the quality of the nails. And D. None of the above. And our correct answer is no, since the nails are too small to be a factor. Nails themselves, in terms of size or material, are too small and minimal to directly affect the sound absorption of plywood as a material. Sound absorption is mainly influenced by the porosity and surface texture of the material, the mass, thickness, and whether there's an air gap behind it, and whether the surface is rigidly fixed or allowed to vibrate. However, if you're evaluating sound transmission loss or STC or vibration coupling in complex assemblies, then nail spacing and stiffness can slightly affect transmission, but not the absorption quality of the plywood itself. Number 2. From the previous situation, what would affect the sound transfer? A. Spacing of studs and airspace. B. Acoustical panel boards. C. All of the above. And D. None of the above. And our correct answer is letter C. All of the above. So both stud spacing with airspace and acoustical panel boards affect sound transfer. Wider stud spacing and air gaps reduce vibration transmission. Acoustical panels, on the other hand, help absorb sound and reduce echo. Together, they improve overall sound insulation. So ayan yung acoustical panels saka stud spacing. And number 3, what is the size of a pipe connected to sinks? A. 3 inches, B. 2.5 inches, C. 2 inches, and D. 3.5 inches. And our correct answer is 2 inches. So a standard kitchen or lavatory sink typically uses 2-inch diameter drain pipe to effectively carry wastewater away while minimizing the risk of clogging. So this is as per the National Plumbing Code for sinks or dishwashers, 51 mm minimum waste. Number 4, what do you call the end of a pipe used to connect another pipe? A. Bell, B. Hub, C. Spigot, D. Sleeve. And our correct answer is letter C, spigot. So as per the Plumbing Code, Section 220.24, spigot is the end of a pipe which ends into a bell. Ito or the hub, no? Although spigot is also used synonymously with faucet, no? A spigot is the plain end of a pipe that is inserted into a fitting or pipe, typically into a hub or a bell end. Number 5. How do you connect PPRC? A. Solvent, B. Fusion welding, C. Coupling, and D. Mechanical fastener. And our correct answer is letter B, fusion welding. So PPRC or polypropylene random copolymer pipes are joined using fusion welding, specifically heat fusion. This method involves heating both the pipe and the fitting, then pressing them together to form a permanent leak-proof joint. Solvents and mechanical fasteners are not used for PPRC connections. Number 6. What is used for water treatment? A. Chloride, B. Sodium chloride, C. Cyanide, D. Dynamite. And our correct answer is letter A, chloride. So yung letter C, dalawa lang pagpipilian dito, letter A tsaka B lang naman, no? So chloride is the answer, more specifically chlorine or chlorine compounds, widely used in water treatment to disinfect and kill harmful bacteria and pathogens. It ensures that the water is safe for human consumption. So ayan, polyaluminium chloride is also used. Number 7. What do you call the recess in walls intended for pipes? A. Chase, B. Duct, C. Sleeve, D. Raceway. And our correct answer is letter A, chase or pipe chase. So a chase is a recessed or hollowed out space in a wall designed to conceal and carry pipes, conduits, or ducts. It allows for easy maintenance and a cleaner aesthetic. Number 8. Where is the pump best located? A. Beside the cistern, B. On the top of the cistern, C. Side by side of the cistern, and D. Inside the cistern. And our correct answer is letter A, beside the cistern. So the pump is best located beside the cistern and at a level as close to the water source as possible. Placing the pump above or inside the cistern can reduce performance or lead to maintenance issues. Pumps are much more efficient at pushing water than sucking or lifting it. When the pump is on the top of the cistern, it needs to pull water upward, which can cause air pockets and cavitation or bubbling that can damage the pump. Placing the pump on top of the cistern is acceptable in some setups. It's also convenient for maintenance access. However, it may not be ideal if the pump struggles to draw water due to height differences, which is why side or bottom placement is often more efficient in deeper setups. So ayan, kung ito yung cistern natin, at least hindi dito, wag yung nasa itaas, no? Kasi dito ay ipupush lang niya yung water papunta dito. Ayan, ito rin, oh. Ayan, dito yung ating cistern, natin yung pump, no? Ito medyo nasa taas siya, pero beside pa rin siya. Number 9. These include mercury vapor, metal halide, and high and low pressure sodium lamps. A. Fluorescent, B. Incandescent, C. High intensity discharge, and D. CFL. And our correct answer is letter C, high intensity discharge or HID. There are three main types of HID lamps, starting with the mercury vapor, yun ang pinaka-luma na, followed by the development of the metal halide, and finally, the high pressure sodium or HPS. All HID lamps require a ballast to operate. They produce light by creating an electric arc between tungsten electrodes inside the tube filled with gas and metal salts. So, ang merong white light dito ay ang metal halide, no? Ang high pressure sodium ay medyo yellow orange ang ilaw nito, no? Pati yung mercury vapor. So, ito yung mga types ng HID, mercury vapor, metal halide, the high pressure, and the low pressure sodium. Number 10, used for parking areas, general outdoor, roadway, tunnel. A. Metal halide. B. White HPS. C. Mercury vapor. And D. CFL. And our correct answer is letter A, metal halide. So, a metal halide have been the standard for applications requiring white light due to their ability to produce a bright, crisp, and true white light, which makes them ideal for places like sports stadiums, parking lots, and street lighting where color rendering is important. White HPS, although a whiter alternative to standard HPS, still has a warmer yellowish light that doesn't match the color accuracy of metal halide. While white HPS is used in some outdoor applications, it hasn't fully replaced metal halide in situations where color rendering is critical. Number 11. The minimum sound pressure level of sound which stimulates the ear to the point at which discomfort gives way to definite pain. A. Noise. B. Threshold of audibility. C. Threshold of pain. And D. Ultrasonic. And our correct answer is letter C, threshold of pain. So the threshold of pain is the minimum sound pressure level, usually around 120 to 130 dB SPL, that causes physical discomfort or pain in the human ear. So ito yan, 120 to 130 dBL. Nandito na yung threshold of pain. Masyado nang nakakabingi. 12. The rate at which acoustic energy is radiated, usually measured in watts. A. Phone. B. Octave. C. Sound power. And D. Sound pressure. And our correct answer is letter C, sound power. So sound power is the rate at which acoustic energy is emitted, radiated, or produced by a source. And it is usually measured in watts. On the other hand, when you say sound pressure, it is a local pressure deviation caused by sound waves measured in Pascal. So, ang cause is the sound power at ang effect ay ang sound pressure. Number 13, the science of sound, including the generation, transmission, and effect of sound waves. A. Pure tone. B. Complex tone. C. Sound. D. Acoustic. And our correct answer is letter D, acoustic. So the science of sound, including how it is generated, transmitted, and its effects, is known as acoustics. This field studies sound waves in air and other media and their interaction with environments and materials. Number 14, a rapid succession of echoes caused by reflection of sound back and forth between two parallel walls. A. Echo, B. Reverberation, C. Background sound, and D. Flutter echo. And our correct answer is letter D, flutter echo. So flutter echo is a type of acoustic phenomenon caused by rapid, repeated reflections of sound between two parallel hard surfaces, like walls. It creates a distinctive fluttering or seeping sound, especially noticeable when clapping hands in an empty room. 15. What kind of sound absorption material are these? Wood and hardwood panels, gypsum boards, suspended plaster ceilings, poured-out plasters, rigid plastic boards, windows, glazing, wood floors and platforms, etc. A. Porous materials. B. Panel membrane absorbers. C. Cavity Helmholtz resonators. And D. Acoustical blanket. And our answer is letter B, panel or membrane absorbers. So materials like wood panels, gypsum boards, suspended ceilings, poured plaster walls, plastic boards, windows, and wood floors act as panel or membrane absorbers. These materials are typically non-porous, work by vibrating slightly in response to sound waves, especially at low frequencies, and convert sound energy into heat through flexing or vibrating. 16. A device used to vary the volume of air passing through an air outlet, inlet, or duct. A. Filter, B. Desiccant, C. Ventilation, and D. Damper. And our correct answer is letter D, damper. So a damper is a device used in HVAC or heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems to control or regulate the flow of air inside the duct, air outlet, or inlet. It can be adjusted to increase, reduce, or completely shut off airflow. 17. A machine for drawing refrigerant from the evaporator at a relatively low pressure compresses it and then discharges it to the condenser. A. Condenser. B. Compressor. C. Convection. D. Refrigerant. And our correct answer is letter B, compressor. So in an air conditioning system, the compressor increases the pressure and temperature of the refrigerant vapor coming from the evaporator. This high pressure, high temperature vapor then flows to the condenser where it releases heat. So ito, pagdating dito, nilalabas yung init kaya sa condenser, yung nasa labas na unit ng split type, doon lumalabas ang mainit na hangin. The evaporator absorbs heat from the space and the condenser rejects heat to the outside. Refrigerant is the working fluid. Number 18, the amount of heat which is absorbed or evolved in changing the state of the substance without changing its temperature. A. Dew point, B. Latent heat, C. Sensible heat, and D. Desiccant. And our correct answer is B, the latent heat. It is the amount of heat absorbed or released by a substance during a change of state, such as from solid to liquid or liquid to gas without a change in temperature. So from solid to liquid, yan yung latent heat of fusion. At from liquid to gas, yung latent heat of vaporization. Number 19. A type of air conditioning system composed of two separate sections, one installed inside the room, while the other is mounted outside the building. A. Unit AC. B. Split type AC. C. Package type AC. And D. Centralized type AC. And our correct answer is the split type AC. So a split type air conditioner has two main components. An indoor unit installed inside the room contains the evaporator coil and blower, and D, the outdoor unit installed outside the building contains the compressor and the condenser coil. Number 20. A heat exchange device in a refrigeration system. It consists of a vessel or arrangement of pipes or tubing in which refrigerant vapor is liquefied by the removal of heat. A. Compressor. B. Convection. C. Condenser. And D. Refrigerant. And our correct answer is letter C, condenser. So it is a heat exchange device in a refrigeration or air conditioning system that reduces high pressure, high temperature refrigerant vapor from the compressor and removes heat from the vapor, usually via air or water, and condenses it into liquid form. Ito yan. Ang condenser ay yung nasa labas. So, yung fan, binoblow niya yung mga pipes para matanggal yung init doon sa piping at lumamig yung refrigerant bago ibalik doon sa papunta sa may evaporator. Number 21. The ratio of light absorbed by a material to the light falling upon it. A. Absorption. B. Room cavity ratio. C. Sabins. D. Black colored wall. And our correct answer is letter A, absorption. So in lighting and acoustics, absorption refers to the ratio of light or sound absorbed by a material to the amount falling upon it. In this case, for light, it measures how much incoming light energy is absorbed rather than reflected. Ayan ang absorption and reflection of light. So, a red object reflects red and absorbs others of white light. A white object reflects all colors of white light equally, and an object is seen as black if it absorbs all colors of white light. Room cavity ratio, or RCR, is a dimensionless number used in lighting design to calculate how efficiently light is distributed in a space. And Sabins is a unit of sound absorption not related to light. 22. A unit of illumination equal to 1 lumen per square meter. A. Candela. B. Lux. C. Lambert. D. Foot candle. And our correct answer is letter B, lux. So lux is the SI unit of illumination defined as 1 lumen per square meter. So yan, 1 lux is 1 lumen per square meter. It measures the amount of light that falls on a surface. Foot candle, on the other hand, is a non-metric unit of illumination equal to 1 lumen per square foot. So, yan ang foot candle. Ito ay square meter to. 23. The attribute of visual perception in accordance with which a surface appears to emit more or less light. A. Brilliance. B. Brightness. C. Visible light. And D. Illuminance. And our correct answer is letter B, brightness. So brightness is the attribute of visual perception in which a surface appears to emit or reflect more or less light. It is a subjective quality, how bright something appears to the human eye. So ito ay visual perception, no? Yung brightness. 24 is the measurable amount of light falling on the surface expressed in lumens per square meter. A. Brilliance, B. Brightness, C. Visible light, and D. Illuminance. And our correct answer is letter D, illuminance. So illuminance is the amount of light that falls on a surface and is measured in lux or lumens per square meter. It tells how bright an area is lit regardless of how the human eye perceives it. This is an objective measure used in lighting design and safety standards. Yan, kaibahan kanina sa brightness, no? Kanina ay depende sa paano piniperceive ng human eye yung liwanag, no? Dito ay it is objective measurement. So ito yung ibig sabihin ng illuminance. Measurement ay in lux or lumens per square meter. Yan. Ang intensity is in candelas. Ang luminous flux is the lumens. And the luminance is the candelas per square meter. 25. A waste pipe that does not connect directly with the drainage system, but that discharges into the drainage system through an air break or gap into a trap, fixture, receptor, or interceptor. A. Waste pipe, B. Soil pipe, C. Indirect waste, and D. Sewage. And our correct answer is letter C, indirect waste. So an indirect waste pipe does not connect directly to the drainage system. Instead, it discharges through an air gap or air break. Ito yun. So hindi karugtong talaga. Mayroong air gap. Into another fixture, ayan, like a sink or drain or interceptor, to prevent backflow or contamination, especially in food service or medical setting. So parang nakahiwalay siya talaga, no? Number 26, a pressure within the sanitary drainage system or vent piping system that is greater than atmospheric pressure that is greater than 14.7 psi. A. Backflow, B. Back pressure, C. Back siphonage, D. Check valve. And our correct answer is letter B, back pressure. So back pressure refers to a condition where the pressure in the drainage or vent system becomes greater than atmospheric pressure. That is greater than 14.7 psi at sea level. This can force wastewater or gases back into the system, potentially causing backflow if not properly controlled. So yung pagkakaiba ng back pressure versus back siphonage. 27. The extended portion of a pipe that is closed one end, to which no connections are made on the extended portion, thus permitting stagnation of wastewater or air therein. A. Cap, B. Clean out, C. Dead end, and D. Plug. And our correct answer is letter C, dead end. A dead end is an extended portion of a pipe that is closed at one end and has no connections, allowing wastewater or air to stagnate. These are typically avoided in plumbing systems because they can harbor bacteria or debris due to the lack of flow. So ito yung mga dead end, yung pinakadulo. Ayan, dead end. Another dead end. 28. Unit of EMF, or measure of the pressure or force which keeps electricity in motion. A. Resistance. B. Battery. C. Voltage. And D. Amperes. And our correct answer is letter C, voltage. So voltage is the unit of electromotive force, or EMF, and represents the pressure or force that pushes electric current through a circuit. It is measured in volts. Ayan. So volt is a measurement of the electric pressure. Ampere is a measurement of the amount of electrical current. And what is the measurement for electrical power at equipment and appliances? Number 29. When a circuit is divided into two or more branches, each branch transmitting part of the current. The conductor of each branch taken separately. A. Parallel. B. Shunt. C. Series. And D. Circuit. And our correct answer is letter A, parallel. So in a parallel circuit, the circuit is divided into two or more branches, and each branch carries a portion of the total current. The voltage across each branch is the same, and the conductors of each branch function independently of the others. So yung pagkakaiba ng series versus parallel circuits. Ito naman ang tinatawag na shunt, no? Is a device used to divert current naman. Ayan. And lastly, number 30, it uses insulated cables instead of bus bars, rigidly mounted in an open space frame. A. Bus bars. B. Cable bus. C. Raceway. And D. Cable tray. And our correct answer is letter B, cable bus. So a cable bus system uses insulated cables instead of traditional bus bars and is rigidly mounted in an open space frame. It is designed to carry large currents like bus bars, but offers flexibility and easier installation. A cable bus system consists of a ventilated metal enclosure housing insulated conductors, providing a pathway for electrical power distribution. It combines the benefits of both busways, rigid construction and high current capacity, and also cable trays in terms of wiring flexibility and open construction. So ito yung cable bus, no? Versus a bus bar. Ang bus bar is a rigid conductor, usually not insulated and used in switchgear and panels. Raceway, on the other hand, is an enclosed channel like a conduit for routing electrical wires. And cable tray is a support system for insulated cables, not a conductor itself. So itong pinaka-tray niya mismo, no? So that's it for our quiz. Congratulations for completing the quiz. Now, count your total correct answers and determine your score category. If your rating is 15 or less, it is time for a more strategic review.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
Enroll at Atlas CDC Review for a comprehensive prep for the Architecture Board exams. Message us now.